guys, a very good afternoon to one and all. Welcome to another session on MAH CET from BYJU'S Exam Prep. Friends, as a continuation to abstract reasoning, in today's session I'm going to take up a different type of questions. In fact, these questions have not been done too much till now. So what we have today is a type of question. So we have 3 or 4 models of questions. One probably a model you have seen earlier, but 3 or 4 models are not really covered much till now. One of these models that we're going to talk about is basically you will be having an image. It will have many lines and angles and all of it, and the question talks about how which of these options A, B, C, D, each of these options will again be an image, but it will be a small part of a bigger image given over here. It will not be an exact part. Some of them, so for example, if I have the main image like this, so let me put, okay, let's say this is the main image. So if I say this is A, this is B, and this is C, and this is D. Very simple example. The question says, which of these 4 options is actually present in the main image without rotating the image? You can clearly see that this is basically a kind of a diamond shaped thing which is present over here. This is a rectangle. If you rotate it, you will get a rectangle, but without rotation basically means this rectangle is not present, so rectangle is not there, square is not there, circle is not there, so therefore you basically get your answer. Sorry, these are both squares actually, not rectangles, whereas because you can see that the big rectangle is anyway there over here. So the whole idea here is you have to match the figure and see which of it falls into the category, which of it is actually you can find it in the main figure. So this is one type of question we're going to look at. Similarly, we have a water image and mirror image. We haven't done too many of them, probably one session or one odd session we have done earlier. So we are going to take up mirror image and water images, and of course we have our regular image based questions where there will be 3 images given and there's a question mark for the 4th image. So that way the questions, those kind of questions are there, but not that many. Today the focus will be mostly on mirror images and these type of questions, right? So that's what is new in today's session. So I hope you're all ready with, you don't need any pen and paper for this. So there's no calculation that's going to happen. As I keep saying about abstract reasoning, it's a very easy topic to score marks in less amount of time. So within 30 to 45 seconds, if you got an answer, good, otherwise leave it and move on. That's the way this topic is supposed to be handled, and mostly if you have practiced even the sessions that we have done, if you have practiced all those questions, I can guarantee that out of 10 questions, 8 you will get. 2 probably might be tricky, you might leave, but those 8 questions you will be able to finish off in 2-3 minutes. That's how quickly it can be done. Okay, well, let's start off with the first question for the day today. This is the first question coming your way. I hope you're all ready. You don't need any calculation, so no pen and paper required. Just observe and come up with an answer. So this is the first question over here. Time starts now. 30 seconds to give me the answer. Is chat available? The chat. Okay, there are no answers. I'm just checking if the chat is not visible to me or if nobody has typed. Just give me a moment. Okay, while my tech team is trying to figure that out, let me take a look at the answers. The correct answer is option C. Now let us understand why is option C correct, why are the other options incorrect. So if you look at option A here, we are looking at two lines which are parallel but inclined. Clearly there is one inclined line here. The parallel inclined line is not existing. Obviously that's the reason why A is wrong. If you're looking at option B, why is option B wrong? Simply because you're looking at one inclined line. Yes, we have an inclined line like this, but you're supposed to have a connecting horizontal line and another inclined line which is not existing in the main figure. Obviously that is the reason why B is wrong. What about D? D seems to be fine, but what is wrong with D actually? If you look at option D, you have this rectangular bar which is fine. You have a rectangular bar here. You have two more rectangular bars here which is there. You have two more rectangular bars vertically over here. However, you need to have a cut inside the first rectangular bar, but you don't have a cut here. You don't have a cut here. That is the reason why option D is also incorrect. Therefore, you have eliminated A, B and D, leaving C as a correct answer. But let's also see, is actually C completely present? So you can see, if you start from here, you can see that this part is the part over here. Then you will have this and this. So basically these two lines. Then you have a line like this. So you will have this entire part. So the entire C is present in your main figure. Right? So that's the reason why your correct answer is option C. Let's move on to the next question. Again, very similar, but it's reverse this time. You're supposed to find out which figure has this image. So your time starts now, 30 seconds. Let us see what the correct answer is. Alright, so let's take a look at where is this figure present. So if you look at your option A, you can see that this part is over here. Then you have a line coming down, that's fine. However, this part is missing. In fact, this line is there, this part is there. But this entire stretch is missing because you can see this is very narrow. This is very narrow, whereas this is very broad. And then you have a line which is going backwards like this. So this is again very long in this figure, whereas here it is not long. So the thing that you need to keep in mind in these kind of questions is the size should also match. The size should also more or less it should match. Okay, so while it looks that A has the figure, it actually does not. Most importantly, this part is the missing part. If you look at your figure B, straight away this part is there, you can say this part is there, but the entire remaining part is missing. So obviously B is ruled out. Similar in C, in fact, you don't even have this part because rotation is not allowed. So you're supposed to look at a horizontal part like this. So horizontal thin line like this is missing. So C is gone. Therefore your D is correct. If you observe D, this is where your entire figure is. This is where the entire figure is. Therefore that's your correct answer. Option D. Right? A simple question. Okay, let's move ahead. Third question coming your way. Your time starts now. Okay, finally I'm able to see the chat. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead. Take a look at question number 3. Your time starts now. 30 seconds. Great. So lot of lot of options. All of them are correct. The correct answer is option C. You are supposed to identify where this figure lies. If you try to look at your option A, this main part is there. You have a side and you have a line here. However, this line is missing. So that is the reason why A is rejected. In B, again you have this top part, but this line is missing here. Then if this line had been present, then the answer would have been B, but that is missing. If you look at C, everything that you need is present. This entire image is present, hence the correct answer is C. Right? So simple. Let's go ahead to the next question. Again, not a difficult one. Give me the answer in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Very, very easy. 10, 9. Why not D? Okay, let's go back and do that, Soumya. I'll answer why not D. 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Yes, the correct answer is C. You're supposed to look for a circle. This does not have a circle. No circle, no circle. Answer done. Guys, don't try to prove why is it correct. In the exam, you're not going to get extra marks for proving perfectly everything. The fastest way for these questions is eliminate. You are searching for a semicircle or a curve. Wherever there is no curve, cannot be your answer. Right? So, A cannot be, B cannot be, and D straight away cannot be. You don't even have to think. 5-6 seconds, your answer is done. Let's go back. I think Soumya was asking why not D. See, Soumya, you have this part over here, but on the left side is what you need this. Rotation is not allowed. Please keep that in mind. So left side you need and this, but this is missing. That is missing. Is there any other way in which you can get, see, this part is present only over here, which means the left line has to be here. That is missing. Is that clear? That is the reason why D is not correct in this. Let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Question number 5. This is quite easy again. 10-15 seconds max. Give me the answer quickly. 15 seconds. Alright, 15-20 seconds up, lot of correct answers. The correct answer happens to be D. I can trace it out. This is what you have and a small line over here. So you don't have this straight, I don't know what letter you call it. It's not a letter actually, it's this symbol. This is not there anywhere. It is not present here. It is present here, but that line here is missing. This is missing. Similarly, you have this here, but the line here is missing. Here you have everything that you want. Hence, the correct answer is D. 6th question. Try to do this in 20 seconds. Your time starts now. So, if you notice, I am decreasing your time further and further because these questions are the ones which will give you time, which will give you marks and save time. Okay, the time is up, but I will show you something and I want to see how many of you will change your answer. Now tell me, can 1 be a possibility? Is 1 a possibility now? Look at this. There is a triangle, this triangle and a triangle. Can 1 be a possibility? Can A be a possibility? No, Vicky says no. Why no, Vicky? What is the reason? Roosters also say no, Mahak. It's touching midpoint of, this is not exactly midpoint. But yeah, the reason is it should be to scale, more or less to scale. So if you notice this part, it's a very large triangle like this and a small one over here. So here you can see that this is more or less, it's not exactly half, but you can definitely say that it's closing to the half part. Whereas if you look at the option C part, this is more like a matching, kind of matching what you have over here in terms of size. So please keep in mind, such questions do come in where you can find a shortened or a largened version. But if there are two options possible where the shape is matching, then the size wins the argument. Okay, so if you are confused between two things where the shape is the same but the size is different, then the size is a deciding factor. Please keep that in mind. Okay, now if there are four options where none of them except one, only one, the shape is matching, the size is different, then there's no ambiguity, right? At least shape is there, size is not there, that's your answer. But if there are two options where the shape is there but the size is there only in one, then you have to go for the size. This particular example was put in place so that you understand this small effect of size, right? So technically this also has the same shape but not the size, hence ruled out. Clear? So one of you saw that option A has it, but that is incorrect. But good that you noticed that option A is there. Let's move on. Seventh, again, let me see how many of you get this right. All figures look similar, but what is the correct answer? 20 seconds. 20 seconds, your time starts now. Yes, Soumya, when nothing is mentioned, rotation is allowed. When nothing is mentioned, rotation is allowed. Okay, so this question, many of you have given different answers. We have got a B, we have got C, we have got A also from some of you. Anybody for a D? Definitely D is not correct. I'm sure everybody knows because this line is missing, so D is gone. Now let's take a look at A, B and C. Which of these three is correct? Now again, this is, Vicky says final B. So Vicky, change your answer. Okay. Let's see whether it is A, B or C. So what you notice here is this line, this rectangle is extending a little. Both on the forward and backward. It is extending. So it is not in line. It is not in line. Okay. So if you look at your C, this is in line. This is in line. So C is gone. The shape is more or less the same. Okay, but what is problematic is here, if you notice, this is coming out. This is coming out by this much. So this is the gap here. Here there is no gap, so C is gone. Now if you look at A, here there is no gap, but here there is a gap. So A is also gone because there is a gap both forward and backward when you look at the original figure. That's the reason why A is also gone. Therefore the correct answer is B. So you can see B has a gap here and B has a gap here. Both ways. Hence B is correct. Right, so this is a bit confusing. Again, it is confusing because I'm putting a lot of pressure for you. Lot of time pressure. I'm saying 20 seconds. So yes, it is. That's how we are supposed to solve these questions. You're not supposed to do this for time, hours together or minutes together. 20-25 seconds, you should be able to figure out that small point and move on. That is the reason why I'm giving you very little time, and I'm trying to push you to become the best that you can. Right? So I hope you guys are with me. Let's move on. Okay, so now we are moving on to mirror images now. Mirror and water images. Quick question, easy, 15-20 seconds, 20 seconds max, I'll give you the time, give me the answer. Alright, lot of answers and actually lot of correct answers. So the correct answer is option D. See, if you want to find out the correct answer here again, don't waste your time writing everything and then matching. Look at option by option. If you clearly look at the first letter, it should be mirror image this, so A is gone. Now look at, so how should you not waste your time? Here everything is H, so all of this is correct. So there's no point worrying about it. The next thing is R. When you have a mirror image, R will become reverse, not upside down. So upside down R is wrong, so C is gone. Then if you look at W and W over here, W mirror image will remain the same. It will not become M. it will not become M. Mirror image, please keep in mind, mirror image will make left to right and right to left. It will not change up to down. That is what a water image does. So this is wrong. B gone. So if you observe carefully, within 10 seconds, 12 seconds, your job is done. So just by looking at these three, your job is done. The correct answer is option D. Eliminate. Always do that in these kind of questions. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Ninth. Let's see how many of you get the right answer. There are two ways of doing it. One is purely going by the image. There is another small theory about clocks. I don't know how many of you know it. Let's discuss that also today. Okay. 10 seconds to 15 seconds. Give me an answer. Great, lot of correct answers. The correct answer happens to be option D. So if you try to draw an image, the circle and all will remain the same. It's only the hands that matter. So this mirror image will be like this, and this mirror image will be in this way. So you need a hand this side and this side, which is there only in your option number D. Okay, this will be the longer hand. This will be the shorter hand. So if you notice, D and B look similar, but actually in B, this is long, this is short, whereas you want this to be long, this to be short. That is the reason why D is correct. Now this is one way of approach. Mirror image, you actually draw the mirror image and you find out. The other approach is using the concepts of time, concept of clocks. How many of you know this? The sum of time shown by actual clock plus the mirror image should always be equal to 12 hours. This is a concept you should remember in clocks. So if I say, without giving you the figure, if I say the clock is showing 3:15, what will the mirror image show? Don't imagine anything. You know that 3:15 plus mirror image total should be 12 hours. So what should be the mirror image? The mirror image should be 8:45, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. So 8:45, that's it. That's your answer. You don't have to write anything. Okay, so please keep in mind, remember this. The mirror image clock timing plus the actual clock time, the total should always add up to 12. That is the logic. This comes from the concepts of clocks. So if you know that, good. If you did not know, please keep this in mind. It's a very important concept where you can use this in clocks kind of questions. Okay? Right, let's move on. Okay, this is a very simple one. 15 seconds, give me the answer. Yash, please download BYJU'S Exam Prep app. There are few free mocks given. You can take it from there. Okay? Okay, so lot of correct answers happens to be option A. You just inverted, right? This has just been inverted, so this also will be inverted. If it is inverted, this is not correct, this is not correct, this is not correct. It's a very, very easy question. Even my kid who is 6 years old or 7 years old can do this, right? So let's move on. Vicky, BYJU'S does provide mock for CET. I'm sure because I make the questions, MAH CET. In fact, I just recently made. But I don't know if anything is free. Let me see if I can make 1 or 2 mocks free. Let me check that. I'll check that, Aishwarya. Now that many of you are asking, let me see if I can make 1 odd mock free for all of you. Let me check that. Okay? Download the app and keep. I'll confirm you'll get a push notification if you're already there on the app if a mock has been made free. Alright. Okay, mirror image. Soumya, if it is paid, you will have to download the app. First, app is for free. Once you open the app and select the product of CET, MAH CET, you will get an option of buying the mocks. So you can purchase the mocks. That's the paid version where you'll get about 7 or 6 mocks for CET. Okay, so what is the correct answer here? The correct answer happens to be option C. So you're looking at the mirror being here. So the first thing is this will be in this fashion. Okay, so that gives you A to be ruled out, B to be ruled out, probably C and D are left. Now the second one, this image will be in this fashion, which means D is ruled out. So the only correct answer left is option number C. Bhushan, I believe you can purchase only mocks. I think it can be done, Bhushan. You can purchase only mocks. Yes, I believe it is there. Right. Anyway, let's move on. Once again, a mirror image, 10 seconds. This time, let me see how many of you can give me the answer in 10 seconds. Very straightforward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right, so some of you made an error. The correct answer is option D. You can see when I'm counting the pressure, that's what you need to handle it. That's what you need to get used to, because the people who can handle that pressure and still come up with the correct answer, even an easy question like this, not messing it up, means that you are able to handle the pressure. So all of you are giving the correct answer within time. Great. So the mirror image placed to the right side. So the first letter will be G, not P. Right? So wherever you're starting with, P is gone. And also the G image will be like this. So correct G is not correct, and this reverse G is not correct. So this is the correct answer. That's it. Over. Option D. Okay? Move on. Moving on to the next question. Once again, a mirror image question. Let me count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, I got only 3 answers. Now I'm getting answers. So you're all 2-3 seconds late, but yes, you did give me the correct answer. The correct answer happens to be option D. So the first letter will be N in this fashion. So you can see this is U, so it is not correct. Could be A, B or D as of now. Now the second one should be Z. Z mirror image will be in this fashion. Z mirror image will be in this fashion. So Z will change. So the correct Z cannot be correct, right? The correct Z should not be written. So that eliminates option A. Now you are left out between B and D. So don't waste your time looking for E only for because they are same for both. Look at G. Now you don't even have to guess anything. G is inverted here. Straight away B is gone. Because it is inverted. That means A, B, C, 3 options are gone. Therefore D has to be correct. Okay? So the correct answer is option D. Alright, let's move on. Guys, there's a lot of chat that I missed. I am sorry if I'm not able to read, because there's a lot of, answers come suddenly. So if I'm missing any chat, please post that after the chat has slowed down, so that I can read it. Otherwise it will just get lost again. Okay, so those of you whose queries I could not answer, please post it once again when the chat has slowed down. Typically you can see when students are answering, the chat is very fast. Once the answers have slowed down, then you please post your answer. Okay, let's move on. Again, a simple question. This time I'll give you 20 seconds. Let's see what is the correct answer. Alright guys, so 20 seconds up. The correct answer happens to be C. So what they are doing here is they are rotating it anti-clockwise or counterclockwise by 90 degrees. So you can see this line which is up is now to the left. Then here it should be downwards, and here it is right. So it's basically shifting everything counterclockwise by 90 degrees. So my answer should also have this line in the downward direction. So these, all of them have that. That's great. The second thing is this P orientation, because you're shifting it, changing it by 90 degrees, this sleeping P became standing P. Therefore here it will become a P in this fashion. Okay, sorry, not this fashion, this way. So let me change that. It will become a P in this way. So clearly this is not correct. Probably B and C are correct, not D. Now I have to look for what is happening to this B. So B was here, shifted 90 degrees, rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise, so B became this way. Now again shifted or rotated by 90 degrees, the B will become like this. Therefore, this is correct, this is not correct, because this is not the correct orientation of B, because this, when you rotate it by 90 degrees, it will become like this. So this should be the correct way of writing B, therefore C is correct. Okay, now if you don't even figure out, you don't even need to figure out what is happening to the number of dots, it doesn't matter. You anyway eliminated 3 options, so you don't even have to waste your time figuring out, okay, what about the dots? Even if you did not get the concept for the dots, doesn't matter. But yeah, some of you are asking, what is the dots? 1 dot, 3 dots, how many dots? 7 dots. That's the logic. 1, 3, obviously 5 and 7. So odd number of dots, so you can see that there are 5 dots here. Okay, is that clear? 5 dots. So 1, 3, 5, 7. Odd number of dots. B is rotated. Everything is rotated counterclockwise. Everything is getting rotated counterclockwise. Okay? Right. This is a very easy one. I mean, I don't even want to give you 5 seconds for this. 5 seconds, okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Anyone? Okay, so you can see that this time the figure is getting rotated 45 degrees clockwise direction. Again 45 degrees clockwise direction. So 45 degrees clockwise direction means this should be vertical like this. So clearly A and D are wrong. Now the question is between B and C, which is correct, because both of them are vertical. Now the only difference, because the line pattern is also same, this is also same. So the only differentiating factor is this H and J. So you have A, then you have B, C, D, then you have D, E, F, G, then H, I, should be H, yeah, E, F, G is there, then you have, yeah, H, I, and then J. So D should not come here, and then J. So you can see from A to D, B and C are 2 things in between. From D to G, E, F are 2 things in between. From G to what? There should be 2 things in between. So G, H, I, then comes here J. Therefore C is correct. Otherwise both were similar, very similar. So the correct answer is option C, not your option B. Okay, so that's your correct way of looking at it. Yeah, the position, so that's another way. The position is also another way of looking at it. So you are moving from here to here, then from here to here, and then from here it will be going to the right side corner. So position is another way of looking at it. That's one way. The other way is, I am more of a counting guy, so I did that. Again, as I said, guys, analogies, pictures, all these, there could be multiple ways in which you can eliminate options. Nothing, I will never say this is better or that is better. Whatever suits you, whatever makes logical sense to eliminate something, please go ahead with it. Okay? How letters came Bhushan, I already explained, you didn't follow? See, A, then B, C gap, then D. So A, 2 gaps, B, C, then D. Then E, F gap, then G. H, I gap, then J. Okay, so J should be correct answer, not H. Clear? Let's move on. Okay, so I'll give you 30 seconds for this. Let me see how many of you get the correct answer. Again, not very difficult, but let's go ahead. Time starts now. Wow, 30 seconds are up. I have almost given you 1 minute. I'm getting almost all answers, A, B, C, D. Very, very few correct answers. The correct answer happens to be option A. This is a tricky one. So because this question does not have it does not have one single logic. There are 2 or 3 inbuilt logic in this. Okay, 2 or 3 different things which are happening. So firstly, look at these two only. They are just interchanging. They are just interchanging. So these two are also again interchanging. So again here I should be having a circle and a square interchange. That's it. You can observe that the bottom two figures are just interchanging. So left side is not a square. So sorry, left side should be a square here, and this should be a circle here. So D is not correct. Now I could sorry, D may be correct. C is not correct for sure. C is not correct for sure. Okay. Now the answers options are A, B or D. How will I decide which of these 3? Now this is where you have to be a bit more careful, and these kind of questions, if you can't do in 30 seconds, leave it. Because these are the tricky ones. Not everything is going to be like this. Many of them will be the way that we just did. But yeah, one odd question can be like this. It could be tricky. That's why I keep saying this. 30 seconds, 40 seconds, the idea doesn't strike you, leave and get out. Okay? Thanks a lot, Siddhant. That really helps us boost our morale. And I'll convey that to Cyril as well as Nikita ma'am, Saral sir. I will convey the message. Thanks a lot. Okay, so that's first part. So we know that C is wrong. Now let's take a look at what is happening to the other part. Now here there's another trick. There is an outside figure and there is an inside figure. This is outside and this is inside. Now outside is moving in clockwise direction, and inside is moving counterclockwise. So you can see what I mean is focus only on the boundary outside. This square is moving here, this is coming here, and this is going here. That's how you get this. You can see this hexagon came here, this square came here, and the rectangle came here. Similarly, this rectangle came here, this hexagon came here, and the square came here. That's how you got this. Which means if I continue the logic, this square should come here, this rectangle should come here, and the hexagon should come here. And if you look at, let's see what else can I eliminate. C is eliminated, then I can eliminate D. But that still leaves me A and B, because A and B have similar outer diagram. Then what about the inner one? If you look at the inner one, so I eliminated C and D. The inner one, if you look at, they are moving in counterclockwise direction. You can see triangle is coming here, arrow is going here, and this triangle again is coming here, this equilateral triangle. Then this equilateral triangle is coming to the center, right angle triangle going to the right top, and the arrow coming to the left. Similarly, this triangle should come here, the right angle triangle should come over here, and this arrow should come over here. So that is basically there only in your option A. So B is wrong. Right? So that's the way. So this is actually a tricky one, and I would probably call it as above moderate difficulty to difficult level, because within the time, so if I give you probably 10 minutes, you might be able to figure it out, but you don't have 10 minutes. Within 30-40 seconds, you're supposed to see all of this and come up with the correct answer. And trust me, when I did this, even the first time when I did it in 20-25 seconds, I could not get the correct answer. I knew what was not correct. I could not figure out between A and B. It took me another 10-15 seconds to realize that. So a whole of 40-45 seconds was required to solve this. So that's the reason why I would say this is actually above moderate. Okay? Let's move on. Okay, a very easy one. So 15-20 seconds, time starts now. Alright, lot of correct answers. The correct answer is option B. Firstly, this is coming over here, then this is coming to the bottom, and this is coming to the left. So the next one should be, this should be coming over here, because from here to here, sorry, my bad. Where was I? Why I was saying this? Yeah. So the next one should basically talk about this image coming to the left corner. So option A is ruled out. Now between B, C and D, or rather among, between should be used only when two things are there. My English colleague has corrected me, in fact. So let me use the correct word. Among B, C and D, this again has, so it has come to the left hand side, so it has come over here, it went to the left, then it came down, so it will be next to the right side. So this should be moving to the only place which it has not been there before. So obviously all of them are there. Now black and white, so small black and large white, then small white, large black, then again small black, large white. So the next one should be small white, large black. So small white and large black, so that is only in your option C or option D also. C is gone. Now if you're looking at what should be the correct one, because this is same for both, the only thing that is differentiating is B and D is the orientation. So if you look at the orientation, basically what is happening is this is getting rotated clockwise 90 degrees. This is getting rotated clockwise 90 degrees. So that's how you get this. You rotate this clockwise 90 degrees, so what happens? This line will become vertical and this will become horizontal at the top. So that is there in your B, whereas it is not in your D. Hence B is correct. So B and D looks very close, but you have to pay a little bit more attention to get the correct answer. Okay, right. 16th question. Okay, Shriyans is saying D lag raha hai. Let me go back to 16 questions. Vicky is saying between can be used when you specify all the options. I'm not sure. Let's not debate on English. It's not my forte. See, you should know when you are, okay, Nikita ma'am has taught, I'm nobody to even question that. I will take your word for it, Vicky. Then if you are mentioning all the options and between can be used, good. As I keep saying, argue only when you know you're right. If you know something you are not good at, don't argue about it. So that's what I follow. If I know something I don't know, I will not argue about it. I'll just take your word for it. Okay? Fine. Okay, 16, somebody says D is correct. Okay, how can D be correct? There's a logic which has been followed, right? Somebody was saying, Shriyans, how is D correct? I showed you, right? It should be in counterclockwise. So this should rotate and come here. So this right angle triangle is here. So this is still there, fine. Circle is here, this is fine. But why is it problematic here? It's not because of this. This is all correct, correct, correct and correct. It's not because of the internal figure, but it is because of the external figure. Look at it. This square is coming here. This triangle is coming. So this rectangle is coming here and this hexagon is coming here. That's how you get this. So the outside figure, it is wrong here. Because this hexagon should now come to the center. So this should have been a hexagon. That is the reason why D is incorrect. Okay? No, Vicky, I'm not saying you're arguing. I just meant that I will not even contradict that, especially because you've said, Nikita ma'am has said that. Secondly, I know I'm not really good at it, so why bother? Okay, that's what I meant. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is an interesting set of 3-4 questions I have. Folding of paper. We haven't done this also earlier. So let's see how many of you can actually do this correctly. So I'll give you 20 seconds or 30 seconds for the first question. Okay, either all of you or many of you have given the wrong answer or I am wrong. Let's see which one is it, because I believe the answer is D. So let's see what happens. When I open this back, after cutting, when I open it back, I will get one arrow here and I'll get one more arrow here, correct? Because the logic is when I open it, this will be acting as a mirror. So this line will be acting as a mirror. So when I open it, I'll get a mirror image on the top and already whatever is there will remain here. So I will get one arrow in the center and two more arrows here. So I'll get two more arrows here. I'm not drawing the correct arrows, guys. I hope you can understand. So basically what I get is one arrow here and two arrows here. So the right side should have four arrows. Clearly A is not correct. Now if I open it back, so now this will be acting as a mirror, which means whatever is there on the right hand side should be mirror image onto the left hand side. So the logic for opening and closing of these kind of paper folds is across the fold, wherever there is a fold, when you open it after the cutting, it should create a mirror image. Paper is folded opposite side? No, from top to bottom, no? So from top to bottom, so when you open, you'll open it in the reverse way. Mr. Roosters, if I fold it from up to down, when you open, you'll open it reverse, no? I hope that is correct, Roosters. Are you there? In first one. Whatever. So you're saying that is not the correct answer. Fine. So basically when you open this, you should get two arrows, and when you open this, you should be getting exact mirror image. So four more like this. So four here and four here, which is there only in your option D. Okay, so guys, the logic is when I open it like this, when I open this like this, see this, so imagine there are two layers, okay, imagine that there are two layers like this. One layer got cut, the other layer also got cut, so I am opening the layer like this. So think of it like this, it is like this, it is opening up like this. So whatever was cut on this side will also be cut here on the other side. So when I open it like this and this, both they will be cuts. Clear? So it is equal to the mirror. Yeah, so this will be here, this will be here, this will be here, this will be here, and two more. Oh yes, then the correct answer is option A. D is incorrect. Alright, yes, that's correct. 4 hours on the not for Lucifer, Morning Star. Okay, that's a nice name. Yes, so here the fold was done like this. So when I open, the opening will be done along this, like this. So this is the mirror. So here initially was the mirror. So this is mirror 1, this is mirror 2. So first mirror will give you these arrows. Second mirror will replicate whatever is there. This entire thing will get replicated. So 1 arrow, 2 arrow, 3 arrow, 4 arrow, 5 arrow and 6 arrow. So this will have 2 and this will have 2. So basically it's option A. My bad. Many of you are correct. I was wrong. Sorry about that. Yes, I did not see the correct, I did not see where the mirror was. So the logic is simple. Wherever you're opening, the vertex becomes a mirror. The vertex becomes a mirror. Just see the orientation correctly. Remember the logic, guys. The vertex becomes the mirror. That's it. Okay? 4 arrow and edge is not correct. 4 arrows are opening towards the edge only. Yeah, so anyway, D is incorrect. Okay? Let's move on. Okay, take a look at this question. Again, same folding and unfolding. Dhanshri, there are 3 questions like this. 19 and 20 are also like this. So we will get the answer here. I'll explain the same thing. Logic is the same. It doesn't have to be for 18th also. It is the same thing for 19th. Right. The correct answer here is option B. So let us observe what is happening. So I folded it like this. So first, so always remember, step number 1, 2, I'm step number 1 to step number 2, step number 2 to step number 3. So when you are unfolding, it will be the reverse. 3 to 1, which means this fold, this that got folded like this will be opening in the reverse direction. Which means this is the mirror for you. If this is the mirror, you will get one like this, a circle here, and this will be gone, and a square here. Okay? Now, what else? So then you are going from, so you just went from 3 to 2 now. Now you folded it like this. So when you are unfolding, it will be like this. So this is the mirror, and this should be reflected here. So this entire thing should be reflected here, because you are opening it downwards now. Because you folded it upwards, when you are opening it, you will open it downwards. So this part, this circle will be, this part will be here, this part will be here, this square will be here, this square will be here, and this whatever ellipse will be here. So this is what you need, and that is there only in your figure B. It is not there in your other figures. Okay, so the only difference between your B and D is these 4. These are in shape of a square vertex. Here they are in the shape of a diamond. Okay, or a I don't know what you call it, rhombus, whatever. Okay, so both B and D look very similar, but the correct answer is option B, not D. Clear? Right, next question. Last question for the day, guys. Vicky, 1 or 2 maybe, not everything. 1 or 2 maybe, not everything. So this is quite straightforward. Here the correct answer, many of you are giving the correct answer, it is option C. So first understand, my step 1 was to fold in this way. So step 1. Step 2 was folding this way. Step 3 was folding up. When I want to go back, my step 1 in the reverse process will be like this, which means this is the mirror. So I will get a diamond like this. Now, in the reverse process, step 2 will be upwards opening. So I have to open it like this. So this is the mirror now. So if this is the mirror, then I'll get 1 diamond here, and I'll get 1 more diamond here. It's a diamond, okay? Imagine it's a diamond. Then if I want to get step 1 was left to right folding. So here I should be getting a right to left unfolding. So this is the mirror. So then this will come over here, this will be here, this will be here, and this will come over here. So basically I am looking at a structure like this. So that gives me the correct answer as option C. Right, so friends, that brings us to the end of today's session. I hope a lot of these questions were different than what we have done in the last 2 or 3 sessions about analogies or about figure-based questions. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I did particularly put in 1 or 2 questions which are a bit tricky to make you fall into the trap so that you understand where you can go wrong. I hope it served the purpose. So I will see you in the next one, my friends. Please download the app and keep it, and do follow us on Instagram. A lot of such questions do come up in our Instagram channel too. So see you in the next one, and all the very best.